It's the skyline of the biggest boom town in all of America. A unique desert resort that offers it all. It's Laughlin, Nevada. Hi, I'm Maggie Menton, editor and publisher of the Laughlin Insider. Welcome to Laughlin in the Colorado River Valley. When gamblers think of Nevada, they most often think of cactus, sand, and dice. But here in the V of Nevada, visitors think of great weather, fishing, boating, water skiing, jet skiing, and sightseeing, all right out our back door on the beautiful Colorado River. Laughlin is a unique place. So unique, in fact, that last year about 4 million people visited. It has grown from a single casino into a thriving gaming boom town. But the growth of Laughlin hasn't been without its memorable moments. So today we'd like to take you on a private tour of our town, a tour of Laughlin, Nevada, 1991.
And now, your personalized tour of Laughlin, Nevada, America's biggest little boomtown. From a tiny fishing village to today's ultra-modern gaming mecca, here's the story of the city on the banks of the rambling Colorado River that's never been told before. In your tour of Laughlin, Nevada, America's biggest little boomtown. The night skies over Laughlin, Nevada, the third largest gaming mecca in all of the Silver State. As night falls, an erupting carnival of lights welcomes visitors. Walls of neon cast kaleidoscope reflections on the smooth flowing waters of the Colorado River. Inside, throngs of gamblers delight in their sport. The sounds of silver sliding down the slots is absolutely deafening. 22 years ago, all of this was nothing more than a 6-acre plot of desolate land, on which stood a rundown 8-room motel, bait shop, and bar. It was known then as the Edgewater. Minnesota native Don Laughlin took a real gamble, along with $235,000, and purchased the property. It is today known as the Riverside, but now it's a sprawling 660-room resort hotel and casino, with another tower said to be a glint in Don Laughlin's eye. Our story starts down by the riverside, for it's the river that is one of the principal centers of attraction in this booming desert resort area. Here you'll find every kind of boat imaginable. It's a haven for jet boaters, sun worshippers, and of course, an occasional beach bum or two. In the background, colorful ferry boats streak across the shimmering waters of the Colorado River. In years past, these ferry boats were called upon to shuttle patrons to and from the Nevada casinos to the Arizona side of the river. But the Colorado didn't always cooperate, and low water levels at times forced the closure of the ferry concessions. Bad news for the Laughlin casinos. So Don Laughlin did the aggressive thing. He built his own bridge. It cost a little over $3 million, and when it was completed in 1987, he donated the bridge to the states of Nevada and Arizona. The locals affectionately call it the bridge, mostly because it's the only bridge right now that spans the river between Laughlin, Nevada, and Bullhead City, Arizona. Having crossed the bridge, the very first casino you see standing sentinel on the Nevada side of the river is, as you may have guessed, Don Laughlin's Riverside Resort Hotel and Casino. The Riverside is home to gaming of all sorts and a high-tech 3-plex cinema. The Riverside acquired the distinction of having constructed Laughlin's first underground parking facility. So when gamblers say they'll have to dig down deep to find their cars, they won't be joking. Just across the street from the Riverside is the Laughlin Civic Center, which doubles as the Clark County Fire Station and the practice court for the local pro basketball team, the Laughlin Bouncers. Hey, great shot. Next door is a favorite stop for those who may have imbibed to excess. It's the Laughlin Justice Court, another architectural wonder. Actually, these two temporary buildings will be removed soon to make way for a real civic center. Just up the street is the new Laughlin Medical Center, offering 24-hour emergency care. Here's a look at the new fire station currently under construction, not far off Casino Drive. And speaking of Casino Drive, Laughlin's main drag is now complete. This 5-lane bituminous marvel is traveled by tens of thousands of vehicles daily. It's truly a highway to heaven for gamblers in a hurry. It wasn't always this way, though. Back in 1989, it looked more like the highway to hell. The local utility company surprised everybody one night and planted utility poles in the middle of the road. The poles grew and grew until they became a real road hazard for motorists. Other things also grew in Laughlin in 1989, like the Flamingo Hilton Hotel and Casino. This 2,018-room Goliath cost over $200 million to build, and it's worth every nickel, quarter, and silver dollar of it. It proved to be quite an attraction during construction, too, as it featured Laughlin's only on-site concrete plant conveniently located next to a river. Just across the street from the Hilton is the Crystal Palace. Sure, the casino has been closed for a few years, but it's still a luxurious place to park those big tour buses. The motel closed in 1990. By the way, the property is for sale. If you're interested, well, give us a call. On the riverside of Casino Drive, sandwiched between the Flamingo Hilton complex and the towering Edgewater Hotel and Casino, is the little Regency Casino. The Regency is a favorite for locals who like its quaint charm. Local owner Bud Soper hopes someday to build that 300-room hotel addition, for which he has a permit, but looks like he'll have to sell a lot of prime rib and ham and eggs to do it. The Regency doesn't see a lot of sun these days, though, because of the new 26-story Edgewater Hotel Super Tower next door. What a rush it must have been to ride those outside elevators during construction. Today, the bright white and aqua blue Edgewater Tower is truly a river landmark. The Edgewater, owned by Circus Enterprises of Las Vegas, also constructed a new multi-level parking facility and completed a major casino renovation. Adjacent to the Edgewater is yet another Circus Enterprise, the Colorado Belle Hotel and Casino. The Belle is referred to by locals as the boat that don't float. The Belle created the most excitement of any Laughlin casino during its construction. You see, the Belle looks just like a real riverboat inside and out. As a matter of fact, patrons still unsuspectingly book passage on the Belle, thinking she'll cast off for an overnight excursion downriver to, well, say, Hardyville. Almost anything can happen in Laughlin. Well, back in 1989, most anything did happen in Laughlin, when Casino Drive was turned to dust by construction crews. Casino Drive was rerouted through the Colorado Belle parking lot. Whoops, look out for that sign pole there. You say you hear a train whistle? Well, that must be the little engine that could, coming in on track number 9 at the Ramada Express Hotel and Casino. The Ramada was originally called Ramada Station, but the owners of the Palace Station in Las Vegas were a little nervous about that, so the neon signs high atop the Ramada came down in favor of its present name, Ramada Express. The Ramada held the distinction of being the first Laughlin casino to have a stoplight, but they had to pay for it lock, stock, and turn signal. Imagine their great dismay to arrive one morning during street construction to find it gone. Well, just down the street is the Pioneer Hotel and Gambling Hall. The Pioneer is now owned by the Sahara Corporation of Las Vegas. It hasn't changed much since River Rick first began beckoning patrons with that friendly wave way back in 1983. Recently, however, the Pioneer has undertaken an extensive room renovation project, bringing an 1800s flair to its lodging facilities. Across the street from the Pioneer is Laughlin's only downtown mall, the Marks Plaza. The plaza features a host of retail establishments, a restaurant, and a pawn shop just in case. From the second story of the plaza, you get a breathtaking view of Steve Wynn's Golden Nugget Laughlin. Look, there's the Golden Nugget parking ramp under construction in 1988. Whoop, here's what it looks like today. That was quick. General Manager Mark Shore invites everybody to drop by, park your car on the ramp, and come in for a spell to the Golden Nugget Laughlin. The Golden Nugget, by the way, used to be called Del Webb's Nevada Club. Before that, it was the Bobcat Club, so named for a three-legged bobcat which used to frequent the joint back in the days when three-legged bobcats were allowed to frequent casinos. Just a block up Casino Drive is Gold River Laughlin. This city within a city depicts an old mining smelter of the 1800s, and there's still plenty of gold to be found here too. The 25-story hotel tower commands a great view of the river. Gold River features a comedy club and live entertainment. Up the road and over the hill on Casino Drive, you'll find Harrah's Del Rio Hotel and Casino. This south-of-the-border themed resort opened in 1988 with 468 rooms, and just 60 days later broke ground on an additional 466-room tower. Harrah's features the river's only casino beach club. And the new construction continues at Harrah's Del Rio. Just across the street from Harrah's is their RV parking facility, featuring a fuel station and a convenience store. And there's still more raw land for casino development to be found on the Laughlin Strip. And another bridge is being planned for the south end of Casino Drive. If you're looking for partially developed casino properties, look no further, because the Paradise Bay and Emerald River projects are taking a little longer than planned to open. Play golf? Well, then you'll love the Emerald River Golf Course. This 18-hole par 72 PGA Championship course is located on the Nevada banks of the Colorado River. Now that's a water hazard. By the way, the towering saguaro cacti aren't native to the area. They were very carefully transplanted here. Hey, I think that's my golf ball up there. If perhaps more permanent accommodations are in your plans, then the actual town side of Laughlin has much to offer. On the corner of Casino Drive and the Needles Highway, about 3 miles from the casino strip, is the Laughlin Bay Village Condominium Project, one of the first such developments in the city. Here's Laughlin Estates, the Beverly Hills of Laughlin. A great place to have a mortgage, a big mortgage, 3 cars, a dog, a pool, a real life. The South Point Market and Laughlin Professional Plaza are located adjacent to this development. And just to the rear are the new villas at South Point, a great place to cool off on a hot day. Up the street, you'll find one of the original apartment complexes in the city. This is the Crown Point Apartments. Its lush greenery, moderate rents, and colorful welcome flags beckon Laughlin newcomers. Across the street in the center of the Laughlin Residential District is the new Clark County Laughlin Fire Station, a prototype hose palace with all the latest digs. About a quarter-mile north of the new fire station on Needles Highway is the new South Bay Condominium Complex, offering fashionable 1- and 2-bedroom units. Just to the north is the South Point Business Park, the first such business development of its type in the area. One of Laughlin's newspapers and a radio station are found here. Oh, and there's a bar, too, called Nat's Landing. It's probably for the newspaper and radio people. A host of residential districts make up the balance of the Laughlin town site to the north. This is Monte del Sol, a manufactured home park. Even though it doesn't look the part, it commands an impressive view of the valley. The Rio Vista apartments are located just across the street. And this is Villa Bonita, Laughlin's very first single-family housing tract. Adjacent to Needles Highway again is the sprawling El Mirage Shopping Center, Phases 1 and 2. The center offers convenient shopping for Laughlin residents and features a wide selection of shops and markets. Just to the north is Desert Park, a development of single and multi-family dwellings. Then, of course, there's the sparkling new Laughlin Post Office, 89029, where the clerks are always friendly and, of course, your mail never gets lost. Well, hardly ever. Continuing north, you'll find the Las Palmas condos, keeping watch over Laughlin from high above the town site. From the inviting pool and spa area, it's easy to keep an eye on the Laughlin Grade School, located just next door. The Laughlin Grade School features a modern, warm campus environment. It's also the home of the Trojans. Hey, nice outfit, buddy. On the west side of the highway are Laughlin's newest homes, ranging from the upper-end El Mirage home sites to the Terrace, and, of course, the Canyon Rim developments. This housing tract really caught fire with developers and buyers early on. I mean, really caught fire. Located here is also the popular condominium complex Portofino, as is the newest condo entry into the Laughlin housing market, the spacious Colorado Bay Club complex. Laughlin is a city on the move. A new high school was recently completed here. This educational facility has long been awaited and is indeed the pride of this valley community. And that big tan thing in the background, well, that's the Cal Edison power plant. The towering smokestack rises hundreds of feet into the desert skies. The plant is a cooperative effort of 4 major utility companies and provides power for cities as far away as Tucson, Arizona. The facility is fueled by coal slurry, which arrives via pipeline from as far north as Colorado and Canada. Other things come from up north, too, most landing at the new Bullhead City Laughlin Airport. Millions of visitors drop into Laughlin each year to partake in the gaming, entertainment, and outstanding recreational opportunities that make this area one of the most popular destination resorts in the country. And speaking of dropping in, let's drop in on Maggie Minton, who we find today at the Sundance Shores Condominium Complex, located just a stone's throw from the Laughlin Strip. Maggie?
Thanks, Tom. Did you know that these condominiums were selling for under $30,000 a few years ago? Today, the one just next door is on the market for $200,000. That's a real testament to the explosive growth of not only the casinos, but of the residential properties as well. Another reason why Laughlin is so attractive to investors and realtors. Come visit us soon. If you can't make it, we'll keep you up to date on all the Laughlin happenings in the Laughlin Insider. Subscribe today. Until next time, thanks for joining us on our tour.
For more information on this and other videos in the Laughlin Insider video series, or to subscribe to the Laughlin Insider newsletter, write Laughlin Insider, P.O. Box 29369, Laughlin, Nevada 89029.